Hey guys, and welcome to Project Premium Harvest. My name is Matt. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some new developments from YieldMax. They're coming out with a weekly premium distribution ETF. Is it a new one? Not exactly. Let's get into the details. So if you look at the screen that I'm sharing, I'm subscribed to the YieldMax newsletter. So whenever they come up with new products, new ideas, and the premium distributions, they send me an email about it. You guys can do the same thing. Just go to the YieldMax site and do like the contact us thing. But let's dive into it. So the two funds that are going to be a weekly distribution are now going to be YMAX and YMAG. A lot of people were complaining about YieldMax that they don't have a weekly premium distribution ETF. They heard all of the cries and they wanted to maintain some of their market share. So then they just changed the ETFs they already had into a weekly distribution instead of a monthly. Yeah, they're afraid of companies like Roundhill taking some of their market cap away. In addition to a weekly options premium ETF, they're also offsetting the premiums for most of YieldMax's ETFs. So what does this mean? This means they're staggering the premiums. So if we scroll down to this new ETF distribution schedule, actually, let me talk about the groups first, and then I'll talk about the schedule because it'll make more sense. YieldMax broke up the staggered premium distributions into 4 groups. You have Group A, which has tsly, Crash, GUI, Bybit, OARC, Exome, TSMY, cool. And then Group B is nvdy, Dips, FBY, so on and so forth. Group C, we have Coney, Fiat, MSFO, AMD, Netflix C, whatever. And then Group D is Misty, YQQQ, amzy, Apply, and so forth. Whichever funds you're invested in, the way that this works, if you're in Group A, you're going to be in the first week of the month. Group B, you're going to be in the second week. Group C, third, and obviously Group 4 or Group D is going to be in the 4th week. So if you look at the actual distribution schedule, they're going to start implementing the staggered distribution payments for these ETFs starting in October. So you can see if you're YMAX, YMAG, and your Group A, you're going to get your first payment the first week of October. If you're in Group B, then you're going to be second week. Group C, third week. Group 4 or Group D, 4th week. I don't know how I feel about this yet. For me, like the staggered premiums didn't matter because all I really just cared about is just getting paid on the month. I think this is great by YieldMax. They're listening to the customer, which is us, how YMAX and YMAG are going to perform comparative to whatever Roundhill has, like xdte, qdte, and things of that nature. So I don't know if the YMAX and YMAG NAV is going to be impacted more or less. What's the premium going to look like? Is anything going to change? So I'm actually going to be observing these a lot this next couple of weeks and next couple of months to see how much the premium is changing from what it was before the weeklies. All right, I'm going to wrap this up with my final thoughts. I like the idea of the staggered. YieldMax is listening to the customers. I like the idea of a weekly options premium ETF. Am I going to change it? Am I going to buy it as it stands right now? No. Nothing in my strategy is going to change. Maybe in the future, I can see myself getting one of the Group C's because I think that's one of the funds I don't own. But at the same time, I'm not going to sacrifice premium or NAV erosion just so that I can get another payment, right? I'd rather pick something safer that's a winner versus picking something that's trash just so I can get more money throughout the week. I can go 1 week without getting an extra payment. That's totally fine for me. What I don't like is I would like YieldMax to do something with the S&P 500, something similar to what Roundhill does. If we can get that, I'd probably jump on that in a heartbeat, but they don't. But then the other kind of con is I'm not going to change anything with my strategy now that this is out. I want to monitor how YMAX performs, how YMAG performs, because initially, just from the NAV erosion, the premium, I don't want to invest in them. They're not something that I'm like, oh, wow, they're a freaking great ETF. And then now that it's a weekly, YieldMax just put like a bunch of lipstick and makeup onto that fund. Now it looks sexy again. Just hold off a little bit. Let's see how they perform. The fund manager's got to get in a rhythm, a routine to kind of understand the right touch points. I wouldn't jump in on it just yet. Personally, for me, I'm going to observe these guys, see how they do. And then eventually, once I get enough detail or I see something I do like, then I'll jump in on the fund. But as it stands right now, nothing in my strategy is changing. For the profit hit runs, the money's still going to go to xdte, JEPI, and JebQ, and then everything with my other strategies like 75-25, 50-50, full send reinvest, everything's staying status quo, nothing is changing. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have something to say, if you don't agree with anything I said, throw in the comment section. I read every single one of them. I will try to respond to every single one of them. Yeah, if I can get you guys like, comment, subscribe, it would go a long way for me to grow my channel. I would really appreciate that, just so I can get this idea out there to people that there is more ways to invest than using your own money, and also waiting 30 years for you to finally have a sum of money big enough for you to retire off of. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you liked it, and I hope to see you again.